Hello, BB Gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of In Stars in Time. Doesn't it feel weird that this area is so quiet sometimes? And I feel like, I never noticed it fully because once something big happens and we get sent back to this place, the quietness is almost like, I don't know, loud, I think. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's all your thoughts are there. Your thoughts are so loud. So, like, the quietness doesn't even feel like quietness at all. When you come back here after loading back up the game, it is dead silent. It's like a bit of ambiance. Like, it's so weird. We're gonna go up here, and I guess like the mission now for Siegfried and their perspective. Wait. What are they doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where's... Oh, because we already talked to Mirabelle. Whoa! You approach the Shane's God statue, you close your eyes tightly. The music has changed, is what I was saying there. So now we can only save? Whoa. What the hell? It almost feels like it's the same song, but it's like pitched down a little bit and slowed slightly, like to like a minus, like it's almost like a -1, but it's like pitched down slightly as well. It's very interesting. So our job right now, from Siegfried's perspective, is to try and like fight to kill the king by ourselves, right? So we can do it like not by ourselves, but like trying to do it like in terms of like doing the final shot. Because we also said we want to make our team stronger. Because we have to get them down to like a very like low percentage is what we were saying. Let's see if like how the team is doing. You look. Are you okay? Because I think we're gonna have to convince them to let us do the final blow. Did you have a nightmare during your nap, maybe? She's noticing how bad we look. You have to deal with the king, deal with the king the final hit instead of her. You're sure of it, but you need to learn a shield skill, the one that protects you from anything. Can't think if you forgot to tell her about the original shield skill earlier, the one you usually tell her about when you enter Dormont. Oh well. The shield she learns when you help her with her papers will do just... Wait, what? But you don't have time. You need to get to the king. You don't have time to... Would you like some help with those papers? With my papers? No, of course not. Don't worry about them. They're not important at all. They're bonding papers. Oh, we're just going straight for it, by the way. We're not even like... this is like a... Because before we said like, hey, like, do you need help with those pictures, right? We made an assumption that like made it sound like it was plausible that we didn't know about this. But now just saying, hey, they're bonding papers, that's exactly what's on her mind. That's reading her brain. Maybe I can help. Is she going to say no? Okay. Yes, let's do it. It'll distract us both from our problems. You sit down. Is this going to be the same as before, I wonder? Mirabelle looks at you without saying a word, but it's a bit... Oh my god, wait. Are we doing the hangouts again? But it's going to be like a little bit different now because of the awkwardness and what happened. Well, there are bonding papers, so I don't need to explain. Because like now, and I hate to use the word awkward. It's not, what is awkward for, from Mirabelle's perspective, it's like, what's happening? Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. From our perspective, it's just like, we're, it feels like Siegfried is so like defeated. So like, desolate. But really, it's more like dating profiles. I'm not thinking about being bonded yet. Before this all started with the king, I decided I wanted to try to date someone. So I asked the dating company, and they gave me a bunch of folders of people I could meet, and that I could date. But I haven't gone through it yet, so I figured I could at least get that done today, and look through all of them and make a list of people I could see myself dating. And I suppose I need help. I'm choosing someone I could spend the rest of my life with. So I appreciate another pair of eyes, or just the one eye, as long as it's not my two eyes looking at this. And also I need a distraction for tomorrow very badly, so I figured Oh my god, too long. This is taking too long. You know, you don't have to. We're like, you know what's so weird about this though as well? It's like, yes, like we're getting to like the natural conclusion of this conversation. There was something so beautiful about like Mirabelle leading herself to that direction as well, and where I was just helping out. And now it feels like we skipped over like because it was to me like it's still a bonding moment to be like, this is this guy's this is like Isabeau. This person like it looks like you know what I mean? That type of thing. Huh? What do you mean? If you're alone for your whole life, then that's just not the phrasing. I don't think that's the phrasing. If you're alone for your whole life, then that's just how it is. What? Isn't it better to come to terms with it now rather than later? What is happening? See, friend, you don't need to be with anyone to be happy after all. Oh no. Oh no. So, you should just accept it. And again, this is Seafrien's desolate mind. And I don't mean desolate. Desolate's the wrong word as well. It's destroyed, right? It's 101 loops influencing the way that they're talking now. Except what, Seafrien? Oh my god, except you'll always be alone. Did Mirabelle slap him? Mirabelle slapped you. Mirabelle slapped you? Because again, unless Seafrien was like, I don't know, like if they were like in the right mind talking about this, because like from Seafrien's perspective, like from the last episode, they've almost said that this thing isn't real anymore. That these are all not even my family. They're like it's like a play. They're like characters. Is Seafrien thinking that I can speak more like this now because it's like, okay, what's the point? In the end, I'm just going to feel alone anyway. So they're kind of like projecting this onto Mirabelle? It was not a nice thing to say. How can you say such horrible things, Seafrien? Again, it's not like Seafrien. Again, and that's what's so difficult is like, Seafrien has gone through 101 loops to now be this kind of cold. He's seen some of those horrible things. He's seen his own neck being broken like at this point 10 times. He's been frozen maybe on average maybe 40 times. He's been killed by we've seen the end of the game over 6 or 7 times. But to Mirabelle, Seafrien's just different from yesterday. Seafrien is different from before. The Seafrien before the nap and after the nap are 2 different people now. What? But I'll never be bonded with anyone? I'll always be alone? Change. What makes you think you can say such horrible things, Seafrien? I didn't mean it and we know that's the thing. It's like from their perspective, they're not saying, hey, you deserve to be alone or you will. It's like they're almost trying to accept this thing in their own lives, in their own head, where they're like, well, I just got to accept the fact that I'm never going to actually have there's these beautiful moments with my family. I'm always going to feel lonely. And now they're projecting it as a way that they think it's being helpful. Seafrien is saying you'll always be alone as a way to be like, hey, look, you're always going to be alone, to move things forward quickly. And again, it is insensitive. But again, I don't think Seafrien is coming at this from the perspective of I'm going to be insensitive to Mirabelle. This is 101 loops talking. Then how did you mean it, Seafrien? What's wrong with you today? You were weird when you woke up. You were walking around and not responding to anyone. You knew about my papers even though I didn't tell anyone. And now this. Is something wrong, Seafrien? Did something happen? Did you have a nightmare or something? No, of course. Again, we're just still not saying anything. And that's the point, right? It's hard because Seafrien doesn't know how to communicate this. We would desperately want them to communicate what's happening, but they don't know how to. Then what happened, Seafrien? Because clearly something did happen. Otherwise, if nothing happened, I'll have to accept the fact that I was wrong about... Oh, I felt that in my heart almost instantly, like a sharp, when you feel like a bit of sadness, honestly, it's like when you're having an argument with a friend or something, and you're obviously eventually you make up, but when you both say something like that, you think that that you kind of regret in a way. It feels like that, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know what I mean? But equal parts maybe I shouldn't have said that, and then I hope, and oh my god, why did they say that to me? And of course, in the end, you make up because you love each other. But there's always those at least one moment in your life where that's gonna happen. I feel like with friends, but obviously not on this level. But yeah, this is heartbreaking. This is so heartbreaking. You always tease me, Seafrien, and it's fine. Everyone does. I guess I have the kind of personality where it's easy to want to tease me. Oh my god! But I know people don't mean it. It's how people make friends. And I thought it was the same for you. I thought it's okay. They don't mean it. It's how they are. They tease me, but they're never mean. And Seafree never really hurts me. Would never really hurt me. But now you have Seafree and they feel hurt. Thinking I should be alone. Oh, and again, from Mirabelle's perspective, Seafree just said, like, hey, just accept you've always been alone. And from Seafree's perspective, it's like trying to... It's like almost like what they would want someone to say to them now. I know how to say it. It's like because of the 101 loops, they feel more lonely than ever. And now they're projecting that onto Mirabelle to try, and they think that that's what someone want to hear. Telling me I should be alone? Who do you think you are to say this to me? Acting like you know better than me. Always so mysterious, Seafree, and always talking as if you're oh my god, this... As if you know me. But you don't, Seafree, you're just as lost in... Whoa. What do you say to this? You're just as useless as I am, so stop talking as if you know me. Mirabelle breathes heavily. You've hurt me, Seafree. Jesus, that would for someone to say that to you, like, you've hurt me, you know what I mean? That means it's actual hurt, right? And I was wrong. For you to say something like that to me and think it was okay. You're awful. What does this game expect me to do? What does this game expect me to do? You're not my friend, not my ally, not anything. You never... Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. What does this game want with my heart? Like, legit, like honestly, like, it's like this game is like digging a knife in and twisting it. Like, what are they doing? So brutal. I'm going to the clock tower. I don't want to see you until... Oh my god. And for Mirabelle to say something like this, when you didn't mean it, like, but it came across like that. You've made Mirabelle very upset. No, that's not what's important here, is it? Dear Lord, she'll get over it in one way or a loop or another. And that's the whole thing of thinking them as just characters now. The next loop she'll be fine. But you didn't get your shield skill. Well, maybe it doesn't matter that much. You can just bring her back to that book about shields in the secret library before you go and fight the king. You don't need her special skill after all. The usual shield skill will do just fine. It'd be nice to get everyone else's special skill though. Back to it. So we're doing what we kind of said we would probably have to do, is get everyone's special abilities. That was one of the most difficult things I've ever had to go through. And I can only, like, so, like, in terms of a video game. Seafree, again, that's 101 loops talking. Seafree has gone to the point that not only where it's like, that they feel like the loops are not inconsequential. They've done so many loops at this point that they're kind of like, well, I'll just do a next loop. You know when you get to that point that has damaged you a lot. Because no loop should ever be seen as like less important, you know? What Mirabelle said here, by the way, is something that I feel like happens in life a lot, where it's like, it's clearly Seafree tease Mirabelle. We've seen them tease Mirabelle. We've seen them tease each other a lot, right? And seen but Mirabelle gets teased quite a bit, but like, of course, because she's more timid and you know, clearly she's able to take a joke, right? And that's probably why as well. But that means Mirabelle, and to use the example, Mirabelle had like this like door, right, blocking this feeling of like, I'm using this like very bad analogy, but like, of like, does Seafree think less of me? Does Seafree make fun of me because they think they're better than me? Does Seafree think that they're like more useful than me? And they you block that out of your mind and you keep that away from you, right? On the other part of your head, because you're like, well, no, because me and Seafree just get along a lot. You know what I mean? We have a good time together. We make fun. Seafree always helps me. Seafree will help me. Seafree always likes to help me. But then, right? I feel like I'm gonna get sick again, man. This game. But what happens is that as soon as like something happens that that affirms a bad thought you had about someone, it brings it up to the surface. So in this perspective, if Mirabelle, feels this way truly, slaps Seafreen and says, "You've hurt me. You've always thought you're just as useless as I am. You think you're better than me and all this stuff as well. You're not a good person." That means in some way they could have had that in a part of their brain, which again, like I don't think is not normal to think so, because I think everyone at some point, even with their friends, will go, "Does Jack?" I'm talking. This is a random person. Does Jack, like, think I'm stupid? Does Mariah think I'm? Does Mariah think that she is like better than me? You know what I mean? And again, I think it's normal to have those thoughts, by the way. But then usually what happens is, especially if you didn't go through 101 loops, or if your mental health is not like in a very bad state, usually what might happen is you go, okay, well, no, like literally 2 weeks ago, Mariah bought me an ice cream. We had an ice cream together in the park. It was a really lovely day. You know what I mean? And stuff like this. And she asked me for help on something a few weeks back as well. Literally 2 weeks ago, me and Jack built a Lego thing together, and it was really fun. And they asked my advice and stuff and so on. And you think about that stuff. But from Mirabelle's perspective now, I'm not saying it's just purely like a mental health thing, but I'm saying that like sometimes all it does take is like one thing to affirm a thought that someone's had about someone. You know what I mean? Because then, in the analogy I used there, imagine if like Mariah then says something like, "Oh well, like it's not really a place, like we're talking about a party or something. It's not really a place that you would go." You know what I mean? All of a sudden, all those things I thought about, where it's like she does think she's better than me. Or like Jack goes like, "Oh dude, this over here, this is a barrel. This is a barrel, okay?" And you're thinking, "Oh, he does think I'm stupid." All it takes sometimes is that to reaffirm, and that was a really, because again, from Seafreen's perspective, it's like I'm just preparing her, man. I'm preparing her for like the what could be a lonely future. Because they don't think of it as bad, because in their mind there's so many bad thoughts now. But from Mirabelle's perspective, they just were told that you're going to be alone and you should accept that you're going to be alone. That's not nice. It's not nice to hear. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. And I'm not, but I hope it doesn't make it sound like I don't think Mirabelle thought that Seafreen was a bad person at all. I'm saying that we all naturally have some thoughts in the back of our mind about someone where it's like, does this person feel this way? Is this person like this? And having a big moment like that kind of like can reaffirm it or bring that thought back to the surface. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes when it comes to online discourse, and I talk about this quite a bit in like Roman Reacts, I've talked about it in this before, we tend to shy away from natural feelings sometimes, especially like, in online spaces and stuff like that, because I've seen that so many times on Twitter. Someone will post like something like very natural, like I'm very jealous of my friends. I'm very jealous of this girl and this boy. I really like this boy, but I'm jealous of this girl, and like it makes me not like her so much. And people will quote tweet being like, "Get over it," and like, "Oh my god, you're all so annoying." And it's like, man, this is like a natural feeling, and we're not letting these people work through this, And that's why I think that like having a natural feeling of like, does Seafreen think he's better than me? Does all these natural feelings are just that, they're natural, But they sometimes like we're able to like put them into another part of our brain, for sure. What's wrong, Seafreen? Nothing's wrong, but no, something is wrong. What? Have you heard of something called a family tale? We're not even letting them finish. We're not even letting them finish this time. I may have. What about them? I've heard of someone who has one. Look at her. Look at Seafreen's eyes as well. They're glazed over. It's like someone who's just been knocked out. Would you like to come check with me? This is like, again, how can you explain this? Lead the way. Whoa. Don't waste time. Just talk to her. Wait, we're going directly to her? Don't waste any time. Hi. Know anything about a book? A book? Odile is noticing. This is the only book I have. She happily shows off the Purpose Family Tale. Oh my. Seafreen looks glazed over. Like his eyes. When you say like if a glazed over look is when like you're like knocked out, or you're like out of it, you're like standing, they say you're out on your feet, the lights are on but no one's home type of thing, So you had it, Charlene. Were you two looking for this? Well, I suppose you two could borrow it if you like. You got the Purpose Family Tale. Seafreen. Thank you both. We'll give it back shortly. Take your time. Shall we go elsewhere now? Again, like we're not even like thinking about the in-between moments. You have the book, but Odile is in following stage. Oh. Dear Lord. Odile isn't following stage directions. Once again, seeing Odile, seeing these characters as just characters in their world. Why aren't you following the stage? And again, that's because and again, I want to make this clear, from Seafreen's perspective, they went to the Queen every single time and they had a script up until the last moment. It feels like a choose your own adventure sometimes. And because of these 101 loops, their mind is so like destroyed at this point that they are at a point where they are looking at this as like, oh, I have to get through this really quickly. This is just a going through the motions, and is looking right at you. Because people don't have a script, Seafreen. Your actions cause different reactions, but Seafreen's not thinking of it this way. They think everything's just going to happen in the same way, right? All the time. Quite a fascinating book, isn't it? Seafreen, how did you know the little girl had the family tale? I figured I should ask. Why? Why not? Knowing the little girl owned the family tale is one thing, Seafreen, but how did you even know I wanted to read one? Yeah, because this is Odile's whole, past. This is right to Odile's past and what they want to, how they want to, what the reason they wanted to find this book is because of their past and their split heritage, You already failed this one. Their heritage from being from two different countries, You already failed this one, didn't you? Oh my God, and even in this place, why did you bring us here? You stay silent, because it was Odile who said this place in the first place, right? This is a place where Odile probably goes to read stuff, Seafreen. I don't mind secrets, Seafreen. I have many of my own. If you want to keep yours, that's fine. But what I hate is when those secrets are about me, and when people I consider, friends, keep them from me. So we're friends now? Now? You don't answer. Seafreen. Oh, Seafreen. She raises a hand towards you. You're shaking. You try not to startle, and you're so tense, like you're about to snap. She can sense this. Seafreen. I was worried before, but now I'm very worried. Oh my God, this is making me feel so sick. She's noticing the changes again, pre-nap versus post-nap to these characters. You know what I mean? She's noticing he's about to snap. What's happening? What's wrong? How can I? Nothing. Seafreen, snapping. If you're going to ask questions instead of acting like normal, then I don't need you. I don't need this right now. If you can't act normally, just leave me alone. Again, if you can't act normally, if you can't read a script, if you can't go through the script. But clearly something's wrong, Seafreen. Just nothing's wrong. Why are you always like this, overbearing? Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Always trying to know everything. What? So blinding and annoying, Odile. You should just leave me behind. It's your family's specialty. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just leave me behind like you left Kaboo behind. Like your mom left. You don't even finish your sentence. Odile grabs your collar. She lets you go. What? Oh my God. This is legitimately one of the most difficult games I've ever had to play to get through. This is legitimately one of the most difficult experiences I've had with a video game. Thank you for finding that family tale for me, Seafreen. I'm sure you have a lot of things left to do today. I'll be at the clock tower. Don't come back for a bit. So again, it's one of those things, I don't want to see you for the rest of the day. What did you say? Why did you say that? How could you say such horrible things to her? Because you don't mean it. You didn't mean to say it. Your mind is not in the right place. And I know, people can say, well, you can't just excuse it, but I'm not excusing it. What I'm saying is that, this is a common trait of, having bad mental health and where you'll say stuff you don't mean. You'll instigate fights. There might, again, like I said, there might be a touch in Seafreen's head of Odile is overbearing, and that came to the surface here. And you have to understand. Oh my God, this is so hard. Seafreen is trying to get through this as quick as possible, right? And all Seafreen is thinking about now is, why is this not following the script? Because now they've resigned the fact that they're not only lonely, but they're like alone in this world, and that they don't actually have a real family. They just have like a scripted characters. It's horrible. She was only worried about you, yeah. And you said, yeah. What is wrong with? Whenever someone asks them this question to themselves, well, that's fine. You didn't really need that skill anyway. You can barely remember what it does half the time. And Odile already has so many useful skills. You'll be fine. You're the one who has to deal the final strike anyway. We're losing out on like a lot of things here, but like emotionally, like we're losing a lot of stuff too. You should talk to Bonnie next. I know we have to, but like, holy hell, what are we gonna say to Bonnie? We're pinpointing the stuff that scares these characters and hurts them the most. Right? Like being, change, and the idea of like trying to find a partner with Mirabelle, the family stuff with Odile. And that makes me think we're gonna say something about Bonnie's sister, and honestly, like that would kill me. It would legitimately kill me. There's a song by Linkin Park, and I feel like it's one of them to me, like one of the most important when it comes to this story. It reminds me of like that one song, which Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park. Memories consume like opening the wound and picking me apart again. You'll all assume that I'm safe here in my room until I try and start again. I don't want to be the one the battles always choose, because inside I realize I'm the one who's confused. I don't know what's worth fighting for and why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's not alright, so I'm breaking the habit tonight. But again, even I don't see Seafreen's at that point of like wanting to of breaking the habit. They're still thinking that they just have to get through it. And we're just right here, Bonnie. What we said to Odile was very hurtful, but it's not only that, but it's like the fact that we know like something very invasive about them. So obviously it's to do with the loop as well. Again, Seafreen right afterwards regretted saying that. There was a lack of control there, that they couldn't control what they were saying. To describe how I'm feeling playing this game, I don't even feel I can give like my hand is shaking. I don't even feel I can give like full like good commentary. Not saying I'm a good commentary person before. It's very difficult. But I feel like really shaky. I feel sick sometimes playing this game. I have these chills constantly. Like my hand is legitimately like, it's only like a little shake, but it's like this is like, it makes me feel so weird. Because it's so like realistic in its portrayal of like, a downturn in mental health, how a series of actions can affect your mental health, and how the world reacts to your mental health, which again is not their fault. You know what I mean? Because what's happening is each character is asking us, are we okay, right? And a lot of times, and we, again, in different levels of severity, we've all been there. I'm fine. Even though we want to say that I'm doing horrible. In Seafreen's perspective, I'm in a time loop. I've seen you guys die. I've died. But now Seafreen is thinking of this just like, oh, I'll fix it next loop. We don't even need their power, you know what I mean? We're just trying to rush through this. But then from the other person's perspective is like, what happens is, and this happens with anything, it would do it like, and anyone who's like gone through like this type of mental health bout, where you would like lash out at people. What tends to happen is, and it's not the person who you lashed out at's fault, right? But what happens usually is that there is a lash out. You say something truly personal, and that person's hurt. And that person's like, well, look, I gotta leave for a bit. I gotta do something else. I gotta, I'm gonna stop talking for a bit. And then when the dust settles, the person then thinks, why would I say that to that character? Why would I say that to that person? And again, you saw Seafreen there. Odile only tries to help. Let's talk to Bonnie, but I'm so scared of this. So scared. I was thinking, how about I teach you to fight today?
Really? I really like that. Will you really?
Of course.
Oh, then yeah. Let's go.
Oh my god. And again, we're not even looking at the in-between parts. We just skip right to the freaking attack.
I'm not scared. Come on.
Oh, the music. It's so warped.
I'm not scared. I can do this. I can.
Too long, too long. It's taking too blinding long. You don't need to fall over and make them act, don't you? You just need to make them realize how they can protect you. Wait, did we fall over first fight? Or are we just doing that now? Now. Did we just drop to the ground? You tripped on nothing. The sadness saw you trip and has a sight on you. Bonnie saw you trip too.
What? What did you... Freen! No!
Bonnie's not an idiot as well, by the way. Like, you know, they probably saw, like, oh, you tripped on nothing. You breathe in and out. While they might not say something like it's like they definitely noticed.
Why did you fall? Why did you trip?
Exactly. What did you trip on?
You almost got hurt. You...
Fell on purpose. Didn't trip on anything.
It's like you just fell.
You don't say anything.
You fell on nothing, and you didn't look scared.
Oh, we don't even have like emotional facial expressions anymore.
Freen, you let yourself get attacked.
There, Bonnie's not dumb. Bonnie's not dumb. You don't move.
I saw it. I saw you. You looked around and saw the sadness about to attack you. You just fell. And you didn't even look surprised, Freen. Why would you do that? I don't get it. You fell and I didn't think you could have moved fast enough, so I attacked the sadness. On my own.
Yeah, and you beat it on your own too. I did that so you become stronger, more oh my god, I don't know how they're going to take this. Because the trauma from the eye stuff, right? If you think of it that way as well, it's like... The last time that happened, something has happened, like it was a big altercation where you lost your eye. If I get hurt, you protect me. And if you get hurt, oh my, no. We're like speed running the freaking beautiful dialogue we had as well. Oh my god. That's how it is with us, isn't it? We promised. I just wanted you to be stronger. Speed running emotional dialogue, by the way.
What is wrong with you?
You jump.
You got hurt on purpose so I would save you? Why do you think I wanted this, Freen? I don't want this. I never wanted this. I don't want to be strong enough means you have to... Exactly, that trauma. The last time that something has happened, the reason they want to do this is because you got hurt. Because they saw you got hurt.
This music as well. No.
No. Ah! Freen, you stupid idiot.
I thought it would help.
No, it didn't help. It really didn't help. I hate you, Freen. I hate you.
Bonnie cries and cries and cries. You can't move. Again, this whole thing, and again, Siegfried wasn't thinking about this, but the whole thing is centered around... The whole reason Bonnie wanted to do this is because they felt weak because you lost your eye, because what they felt was because of them. That doesn't solve this issue. That doesn't have that reconciliation. That doesn't have that moment of beauty. It was a beautiful moment. One of my favorite moments in this game. If you skip all past like the meat of a conversation and those aspects, you miss out on like the actual... Because again, now Siegfried's thinking this as just a game, it feels like, as a play. To get to point A to point B. Right? Again, to use bad analogies, it's like in any friend in life, it's like, as I've said this before, if you had looped back in real life and you wanted to get to the point where like you went to the cinema with Mark, I can't wait to go see that movie with Mark again. I have to make sure on the 10th day of this loop, I have to go to the movies with Mark. And after a bunch of loops, again, you go, let's just speed run and go to the movies on the second day. So on the second day, you go, Mark, let's go to the movies. And Mark goes, I don't know, we just met for the first time. Let's like take it easier. No, we should go to the movies. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't work like that. The human connection happens over time. It happens in moments. You have to have those specific moments. But if you're thinking of everyone as just a character,
I can't.
Bonnie runs away. Again, that was a big traumatic moment for Bonnie. That the losing of the eye, the not being able to save you, so you falling over on purpose. is the last thing they would want. Because of you, Bonnie didn't get stronger. Not that the tracks got much stronger after you talked to them, didn't it? I mean, they do their best. So many times they've done their best. You'll be fine as long as you know Bonnie's here to watch your back. As long as you feed the king yourself, it doesn't matter what skills they all do or don't have. What's crazy about this is that, like, again, Siegfried can't see the forest on the trees right now. We might kill the king and stop this loop. But then every one of our friends has a less of an opinion of us. The ones we love the most. One to go, and that's Isabeau. And Isabeau is legitimately... Oh my god, up here. Isabeau is legitimately the most, like... I feel one of the most sensitive characters. And it's not a bad thing. Nothing wrong with being sensitive. But that's, again, so hard to watch with the body stuff as well. Because that's, again, as you said, you know, we go back to the Linkin Park lyrics. Siegfried's not intending to hurt anybody. But in their mind, they're thinking, this is the right thing to say. I have to just get through this. I have to save their lives. I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this for all this stuff here. And again, they truly are, in their mind, doing this for everybody else. But this is not what they want. But then you have to look from Siegfried's perspective. This is 101 loops talking. 101 loops. This isn't Siegfried. Again, we talk about pre-nap and post-nap. Pre-nap Siegfried was before loop 1. That was pre-nap Siegfried. Post-nap Siegfried was during the first run of this. That's who they knew fully. The Siegfried that is now acting this way, they do not know as well as they did before. And that's unfair. Because, again, we talk about how a human connection is made through history and moments and conversations. Siegfried has made connections with these characters for 101 loops. Has fallen in love with these characters for 101 loops. Think of it, like, legitimately think of it this way. If you talk about like some of these loops were full days, some of them were a few hours. I would say totally maybe like 40 days. Let's say if you count like full days, full hour, maybe like less than that, but like Siegfried has 30 to 40 or whatever. Let's just say loops has 100 more loops compared to the other characters in terms of their relationship. So he has this disadvantage with these characters where he has all this knowledge, so lonely, carrying this burden by themselves, while no one else knows what they're going through. And now they're lashing out. Hey, Issa. Oh, Sif. Your smile stops Issa in its tracks. This is not a good thing. What's wrong? Nothing, just... Mirabelle. Oh. They all looked a little upset. So, did something happen? This is very smart from Isabeau, because if you have one argument with someone, right, the first thing you think is like, oh, they had an argument and it was very brutal, that was very mean, you know what I mean, what you said. If you have two arguments with someone and they were very mean, very uncharacteristically mean, or it's like, okay, that's a bit weird. 3 times you make someone upset in that way uncharacteristically, Isabeau's like, did something happen? Talking behind your back is no. It's totally normal. And again, from Siegfried's perspective, it's not that way, right? Because they already feel like they're outside of the loop of the, not the loop, outside of the party. Sometimes it's totally normal to confide in people when you're upset, even if it's about a friend. Nothing happened. No. Would you like to see the stars on me? The stars, but those only appear at night. It will be nighttime for a few hours still. Later then. Oh, sure. Isabeau looks worried as heck. Sif, are you okay? I've heard that... Well, I've heard from trusted sources that you're not doing very well today. No, I'm fine. Yeah, that's a lie. We both know it, buddy. Yeah? What's wrong? Is it something you can tell your buddy Issa? Sif. You know I get like that too. Sometimes I feel weird. I want to push away everyone. But you know what's not good, right? It's not healthy. And I and everyone else, we want you to be okay. To talk to us. Because we're companions. Comrades in arms. And we want everyone on the little crew to be ready for anything, right? Especially since, no matter what... Why are they saying I can skip this? So please don't hesitate, okay? And talk to us, or just me, or just Odile, or whoever, about anything. And you know, I get... What is happening? But you know it's not good, right? It's not healthy. And everyone else, we want to be... What is happening? It's the same... He's saying the same things over and over again. Tomorrow will be the last day. Is it getting darker, or is that just me? It's getting darker. What are we doing here? Are we hearing this right? I'm not going to fast forward just in case. This is so brutal. Because now, like, it's like we do, are they seeing this in their mind? Is this just something that they're thinking that, like, it's just the same thing over and over again? Possibly. The game fast forwarded itself, by the way. Like, what is the point? I wonder what the purpose is. Is this just like thinking that, like, whatever he's saying sounds the same over and over again? You know, it's not good, right? It's not healthy. And oh my god. They really want you to skip this, don't they? But I'm kind of curious. Like, oh, the screen's getting fuzzy. It's not gonna loop, is it? Do you think it's gonna loop? I wanted to talk to Loop. This is so confusing and so, like, unnerving. Holy hell. Am I supposed, like, I think that's what, like, we're feeling the same, like, maybe the same here. Like, I feel like I'm, like, stuck in, like, a loop now. I think they might want me to fast forward through this at this point, but I'll try for a bit longer, but I think they might want me to fast forward through this. We'll go through one more run of this, and then we'll fast forward. Yeah, I think they want me to fast forward this. Hey. What the? Steve, were you even listening? I listened to everything. That's the problem. Oh my god. No. Oh. But that's the thing. They're zoning out, right? Steve, they were right, Steve. Something is wrong. Mirabelle said you were acting weird since you woke up. Odile told me something happened with a book that you shouldn't have known about. And Bonnie is crying so much they could barely... Oh, no, Bonnie. Did you do something? Did they misunderstand? They had to, right? At this point, though, I feel like it's like, yeah, there's something wrong. There has to be something wrong, right? 4 times? You wouldn't do stuff like that. What's happening, Steve? Is something wrong? Can you tell me? Why is he so... because you zoned out while listening to him, which you never do. You knew about Odile's book beforehand as well. You were very rude to her as well, which is uncharacteristic. You said that stuff to Mirabelle. You knew about her stuff beforehand too, and you knew about Bonnie's stuff beforehand as well, and opened up Bonnie's trauma unintentionally, so from the time that you had that you lost your eye. So annoying, all of them. Always talking my direct. No, they're not. And again, mental health stuff makes you feel this way. It's 100%, again, I think normal to confide in someone about even another friend. To be, I think that. And some people may think it's talking crap. I totally think it's normal for say, like, two people. And, like, let's look at this group. It's totally normal to say if, like, Mirabelle went to Odile at one point and said, like, Seafriend said my dress didn't look good. You know what I mean? And it just made me feel a little bit like, weird. That's totally different from Seafriend's a freaking idiot and a freaking dumbass. That's so different. There's like a different, you know what I mean? It's the connotations behind talking behind your back, right? It's going to happen. You're going to have people confiding in you about some stuff. Always acting weird, always deviating from the role. Their role. Again, that's the way Seafriend's thinking. They have a role. They have a scripted role. Don't they get it? You just want them to follow. You just want them to come with you. You just want them to hear. And the easiest way to keep them close is to make sure they don't die. That's the easiest way to make sure they don't die, is to make them stronger. Why can't they understand it? Because they haven't gone through the same loops as you. You don't want to talk. Oh, Seafriend. He's breaking my heart. You don't want to think about your problems. And you know what I mean? And again, I want to make it clear here. That's horrible for Seafriend to go through that. And that's also the issue that the other characters are going to have as well. Because they can't, they feel like they don't want to talk about the problems because it's not going to work in that way, right? The other characters can't help or understand fully, and it's horrible to think about. It's so horrible. You just want to follow the script. They're not fake people. The universe to the end, like always, except this time you'll break it and you'll kill him and you'll escape, and everything will be. Yes, something's wrong. I would love for him to be able to say something's wrong, but I'm worried about what Seafriend's going to say, Can I help? If you tell me, we can go and talk to everyone and... What's wrong is that you're getting on my nerves. This is once again... a side effect, not a side effect, but an element of like having like a bad mental health or a diminishing mental health is, well, as we said, you're saying stuff, and again, you're saying stuff that you feel like you mean in the moment because it is annoying you probably. It is. But it's something 10 minutes from now you're going to wish you never said. You know what I mean? Huh? Oh, Mr. Amazing, Wonderful, Funny, Buffy, Isabeau. Oh, Seafriend. Look at you. You're acting as if you're so calm and reasonable. Are we going to... All you are is weak and use... Such a horrible thing to say, isn't it? And again, it's not Seafriend wouldn't have said this. Nothing to say this time. Oh, that's so... Oh... Right to the, like, that's such like a sharp and like thing to say, right? It's like, it's so cutting. It's just fine. You never could say it anyway. You can never say anything. I know what kind of person you, because they couldn't say the I love you thing. What kind of person I am? A coward, Isa. And look at her eyes again. Look at that. So I'm talking about, the lights are on, but nobody's there. Look at the Seafriend's portrait here. Never able to say what you mean, never able to do what you want. Because it's easier, isn't it? To not do anything? To only project a facade of confidence, but not to... Oh, no. And we know that, like, Isabeau does project, like, who they want to be in life to become, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of, like, twisting a little bit, too. Oh, look at Isabeau's face. It's easier to let people to do everything, isn't it? To just encourage them while staying on the sidelines. Poor Isabeau. You keep changing... I can't. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this game. I don't know what I'm like. I've never played something like this. From a nerd jock to a clothing designer. This is personal information, but deep down, you can't escape. No, 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 no. I know where this all come from, but maybe you're. Oh my god. Such a horrible thing to say to someone we know has gone on a journey like that. Yeah, I'm weak. Yeah, I'm a coward. Yeah, I feel I can never do things right. Yeah, I keep changing personalities like clothes because it's easier than learning to like myself. Yeah, there are things I can't tell you no matter how hard I try. But at least I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be someone I can be proud of. Yeah, I'm trying to be better. So I can help support the people I care about. Unlike someone else here. Sorry that sometimes I don't even know what to say. I really feel like this is one of the most, the hardest sequences of a game that I've ever had to go through. I would say the hardest. The only other thing I can think of is maybe like Tales of the Abyss. You know what I mean? That's the only other thing I can think of. It's sitting us down and forcing us to go through this moment as well, right? This isn't a moment where it's happening during a cutscene. This isn't happening where it's within a 2-minute cutscene. We're looking at this. We're reading every bit of text. We are pressing the button to advance forward. I'm going to join everyone at the clock tower. I'll see you there. Take your time, though. Take all the time you need. That was a very subtle, we don't need to talk to you sooner. We don't need to see you sooner than later. That take all the time you need was a very Isabeau kind face way of saying, don't bother showing up when we're all hanging out. Take all the time you need. I don't want to see you until later. It's fine. They're all upset now, but they wouldn't go into the house without you. You just need to give them some time to calm down. Loop. You've one last person to talk to anyway. I need to preface every time I talk about this stuff with the notion that, and I know you can say it's cheesy to use that Linkin Park song, but it is true. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean, right? And again, I'm not trying to defend the words of Seafreen here because what Seafreen said there was horrible. What he said earlier to all these characters was not a good thing to say. What they said to Odile, for example, is also horrible. And what they said to Isabeau here, Isabeau was on a journey of becoming something new. It's a traumatic thing from their past about how they didn't like themselves and they chose to change. It was a very beautiful story of change and metamorphosis and becoming the person that they truly want to be and be a better person. It's something that was a big part of their lives, and to not only call them a coward but say you're changing and making light of it and stuff like this as well. It is something that it would be very difficult for a friendship to come back from that. The same thing what they said to Odile. Imagine, think of it just, again, it's a video game, but I think we all can look at it as a real life perspective. Imagine you said to your friend who was abandoned by their mother as a kid. You brought up in a very pointed, in a very hurtful manner that this is why say let's use the phrase this is why you're so used to people leaving you or something like that. I'm using a different phrase as well, just say in normal life. It's this is why your mom doesn't love you. This is why this and stuff. Yeah, it would take a while to come back from that. And again, like we said, Seafreen is going through one of the worst things anyone could ever go through. But from the perspective of everyone else in that group, you understand that doesn't mean that people have to take those. You don't have to stand there and take horrific abuse, pointed and insulting abuse about your past, about the horrible things that have happened to you in your life, about the traumatic things that have happened. And look at the line we have here. We're going to talk about it a little bit later as well, but we have all these characters have gone through something in their lives, and Seafreen managed to make light of every and be very hurtful with every single aspect of those things. And again, that's 101 loops talking. Please don't take it as an insult in Stars and Time fans, and like I know you won't. I'm kind of glad that the game we're playing after this is Sonic Unleashed. Although Sonic Unleashed will have some dark moments, I hope. Like I don't think we're gonna get this dark. You know, we're gonna have some, some good platforming levels and stuff like this as well. Honestly, Loop looks like they did witness everything probably. This was not the nicest thing you could have said to any of them. Does it matter? Oh, it doesn't matter. Again, anything's matters anymore. That's probably a good way to like summarize everything. Nothing matters anymore. Well, yes. Why wouldn't it matter? They'll all come with me to the house anyway. You don't. It's again, Seafreen thinks it's all the script. It's all the script. They've always done it before. Okay, but it really doesn't matter because I found a loop. Found it? Found what? How to break this loop? How to escape? What? But I'm here to kill the king, aren't I? Everyone's been wishing for the king to be defeated, so that's why I'm here, aren't I? Well, maybe. I don't. And to make Loop feel uncomfortable, that means there's something, wrong. Mira's always the one, isn't she? The one? The one what? The one to deal with the final strike on the king. And why doesn't Loop get it? And if everyone wishes centered on me... Look, again, this is what I'm talking about. Lights are on, nobody is home. Look at this. Look at this facial expression. And if I'm the only one who's looping and remembering, and if time keeps rewinding after I kill the king, that housemaiden said it might be because the wish hasn't come true, right? So, isn't it rewinding because it's not me, the person who's in the middle of this killing the king? What does Loop think? Be honest, Loop. Please be honest. It can't be that simple, Stardust. Maybe it is that simple. Again, trying to reaffirm ourselves, And look at how excited we are for these moments. Talking to Loop. We're more excited to talk to Loop about this stuff now than we were to talk to our friends. We never thought about it, haven't we? Maybe it was that easy all this time. No, please just be honest. I can say with certainty it's not it. It has something to be something else. Why? Well, why are you even sure you've never defeated the king yourself? I'm sure it must have happened once or twice. You've been looping for a long time. You might have forgot. It must have happened once or twice. I'm certain I've never defeated myself. Look at this smile as well, look. And yet, how can you say it with certainty? Do you know something? The eyes widen. Look at this. No, I don't know any more than you, Stardust. It's just, I know that's not it. It has to be something else, and that's causing the loops. Something else that could bring you... I'm saying this. There is concern for Seafreen when Loop looks like a concerned friend. When Loop looks like a concerned mother. You know what I mean? That there is like a presence around Seafreen that is worrying. Something. What else then, Loop? What else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to try? Should I make everyone come with me? Should I rely on the power of love? I thought that was outside, that droning music. Should I talk to the king? The housemaiden? Should I die? Should everyone die? What? What else is there? What is there? Haven't I done it all? Again, Seafreen should not even be in this freaking position in the first place. They should not even be in this position. 101 loops. There's nothing else, Loop. I know it's stupid. I know it's a long shot, but it has to be this. Again, trying to grasp onto anything. It has to be this Loop, or you fall to your knees. Or it means I'm stuck here for good, aren't I? Forever. Dear Lord. No. You think I'm stuck here forever? What? No, Loop, you knew. You knew this whole time. Now it's time to lash out at Loop, right? You knew this whole time there was no escape. Stardust. Stars. No. Stardust, why didn't you tell me? Oh no. Why did you lie to me? I didn't. I brought you to help you, and even Loop is nervous now, and I thought if I was here we could. You knew there was no way to break the loops. I thought if we tried to get a weed. You knew this entire time. Did you have Did you have fun, Loop? Was it entertaining at least? Was it funny? Did you like watching me run in circles, hoping and wishing? Did you like the show? I can barely breathe. No. No, I didn't like to watch this at all. Curse you, Loop. Stardust. I'm sorry. I really am. But please, Stardust. Seafreen, if you think if we go through it all again, we can... You don't have time for this. We backed out of talking to even, like... To talking to Loop. That's huge. Usually Loop is the one, like, you know, that, like, you know, you have to stay, like... And the game as well, mechanics-wise. Mechanics-wise, we talk to Loop more than we talk to, like, you know, like, it's one of those times where you get more information. You have to talk to him afterwards. It's one of the things the game lets you do that, and we skipped that altogether. They said, F you, Loop. F you, and left. Curse you. You arrived later than usual because they wanted that, right? Is everyone eating? Oh my god, the thought of them having food without Seafreen as well just breaks my freaking heart. It kills me. You need to join them. What are they going to say, though? And act normally this time. Act normally. So you can all go to the house tomorrow. Together tomorrow. This is so hard. This is so hard. You don't care if they're not strong enough. The thought... Am I right? You guys feel the same? The thought of them just eating food without him, without Seafreen, you can make it on your own. Defeat the king on your own. You just want them here. You enter silently. You don't hear cutlery or anything. Your stomach hurts. Nervousness? They must have eaten without you. Yeah. And that's a feeling of feeling left out as well, right? As well. Maybe they're already sleeping. Are they even there? But no, you can hear them. They are. You get closer. Oh, this shot. What the hell? Seafreen covered in darkness as well. And then I left. I couldn't be there anymore. Why would Seaf act like this suddenly? That's not like them at all. Clearly something happened. But what? I don't understand. Why'd he do stuff like that? I don't understand at all. And yeah, Bonnie's only a kid. Everyone. Seafreen might come back any second now. So we need to decide what to do. What to do? About tomorrow? Yes. Huh? I'm gonna cry. What do you mean? Are you saying leave it out Seafreen? I feel so... Oh my god, this feeling. Holy hell, this game. I'm feeling nervous for Seafreen. What? I understand how you feel, but we shouldn't leave Seaf behind. He's the one who leads us. We wouldn't be able to evade traps without them. Please, he's our friend. We can't leave them behind. Yeah, he was mean, but Freen's always with them. Bonnie. I agree, but... Would he even agree to come with us still? Maybe they won't even come back tonight. No, Freen will be here. This is so hard. I know it. And either way, we should wait for them, everyone. We can't. Please listen to me. I just... Oh, man. Oh. That is so brutal. To hear this. Not at such an important moment. But we'll be fighting the king tomorrow, Isabeau. It's not just a simple sadness. I feel so, like, I'm sorry I keep saying, I feel sick. It's the king. The being who's trapped us of a guard in this time, and we need to be a team. We need to be united. We need to trust one another. After what just happened to all of us today, could you do it, everyone? Could you entrust your life and future to someone like Seafreen right now? Someone like Seafreen. You decide to... Seafreen. Well, you had all the orbs as well? Jesus. Wait, we're just going into the house ourselves? This feels, the music and everything, this feels so dark without all our friends as well. That moment is so horrible. Because you understand where they're coming from when they're saying, like, this is the biggest moment, we're saving the world, right? But then, like, it's like... Because, like, I feel like in any other moment, Odile would have been able to be like, let's figure this out and we can spend the day trying to talk to Seafreen. Because it's clear Odile knows something has happened to change this. Right? And all the other characters even showing they don't hate Seafreen. They were just so hurt. And then Seafreen had to hear all of that. And, like, after all this time, they're still going to come with me no matter what. And now they're like, if they're not going to bring me with them, I have to go myself. How are we going to react to this sadness? Oh my god. Not even a battle screen. With this music as well. This music is so, like, it's beautiful. There's a battle screen here, though. Look at Seafreen's face. There's such, like, a lack of, like... We have all the moves here, but we don't have just attack this time. Jesus Christ. That's 101 loops of power right there. Do you see their face? Just on her own as well in the menu too. Oh my freaking god. What do we have equipped just since we're going through this? Oh, we can't change it. Nothing comes to mind. Can loop back immediately when dead, so we don't have to... That is so dark. We can't even change it this time. We're so powerful. Yeah, I will. Guys, that's going to end this video here. I know it's like a weird way to end it, but we're going to end the video here and come back in the next one with the next part of this. This was, beyond any doubt in my mind, the most, like, difficult, and that's saying a lot for this game. One of the most difficult things to get through. What happened today is, and I don't think I'm going to harp on it because I feel like, you know, even we all, like, understand what happened today. Seafreen has gone through 101 loops. Seafreen has gone through 101 loops. And this has changed their perspective on the world, I feel like, 101 times, and has broken them down and beaten them down over and over and over again to the point that they are at now. Which is trying to rush things forward. Trying to push things along. Right? And their answer to do this, you know, came with hurting their friends. In the process of trying to just, what they thought was the right thing to do in their head, I gotta keep going, I gotta move forward, I gotta be able to, I gotta do this myself. They hurt everyone around them. And I want to make it clear, not intentionally so. There wasn't an intentional moment of hurt here. There wasn't this thing where Seafreen, I feel like, was like, I have to hurt these people. Seafreen, what they feel now is a combination of two things. A bunch of things. I have to move this forward. Everyone here is on a script. If I loop back, they're gonna forgive me. They're not following the script, and it's frustrating them. Things haven't gone their way at all. And now that not only are things not gone their way because of all the 101 loops, now they feel now they're noticing like all those. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, like they're getting annoyed at Issa, they're getting annoyed at Odile and Mirabelle and mostly in this thing they got really frustrated and were very mean to Odile and they were mean to everybody in a way too, because again, like, you know, even though it wasn't from Seafreen's perspective, they're like, oh, I'm just moving things forward. How do you think like Bonnie feels like, you know, when, for example, you bring back up the trauma of that eye, losing the eye, because that's probably what Bonnie felt in that moment, you know, that eye, that the moment where they originally got hurt, and then it brings back up those emotions without, and knowing that it's intentional. If it's accidental, it's like, you didn't mean for this to happen, and you have the reconciliation moment. Knowing it was intentional. Seafreen went around to every single character today in the same way that we would usually help them. And the game did this intentionally, obviously, to do like, okay, usually you would help them, but now you're doing pretty much like the opposite. You're making them not trust you anymore. And that is, and again, like I said, this is 100 loops doing this, 101 loops doing this. This isn't like Seafreen that they knew before. This is 101 loops doing this. All these built up anguish, seeing people die in front of them. And again, seeing themselves die, you know, fighting the king, losing to the king, fighting, talking to the housemaid, the housemaid being on a script, being on rails. There was points when they were talking to the housemaid and they were like, Jesus Christ, she's doing the same thing as before. And nothing has worked. I'm not going to ever... The stuff that Seafreen said here was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to hate Seafreen. Or I don't think you guys would either, but I'm not going to dislike Seafreen. I'm not going to give up on Seafreen as a character, because I know for a fact that like what Seafreen has had to go through over this game, you would not wish on the worst of people. This is one of the most, like, as I said multiple times, Seafreen should not have had to go through any of this at all. And you know Seafreen is in a bad state for a bunch of reasons. First of all, not caring about what their friends say. And again, that's one of those things that in the back of their mind throughout the whole thing, what were they saying? Oh, am I a bad person? Am I doing this to manipulate them? Am I trying to help them just because I need to save the world, or do I actually want to help them? And now they're confirming these bad thoughts in their head. Even though, again, it's not a confirmation. I know they are a good person and they genuinely do love these characters. But those bad thoughts they had before, now that there's no one really to help them, there's no one around them, now that they've they're at the state where their mind is so destroyed at this point, they're confirming unintentionally, in a weird way, confirming thoughts that they had before about themselves. None of this matters. Why should I care? I am a bad person. You know what I mean? Maybe not I'm a bad person, but like I know I'm doing this because I just want to get through this. I don't care about what they say. We're zoning out as Isabeau was talking. We're rushing to you know, we're not even thinking about the in-between parts of every conversation. We're just thinking about the destination. We're thinking about this as a script. That's what Seafreen was doing through this whole time. And in the process, Seafreen hurt everybody because Seafreen was incredibly hurt and incredibly damaged. And I hate the word I don't like using the word damage, because like I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm saying that for me personally, like it's like it makes it sound like you know, I don't know, it just never really sounds perfect. Maybe you guys disagree, but I think hurt in pain, there's like a desolation. As we said throughout the whole video, I felt like looking at Seafreen sometimes, it was like that old saying, the lights are on but nobody's home. There's life in there, there's somebody there, but that's not Seafreen. And the issue is that Seafreen is going through all this stuff. Seafreen's going through all this stuff. And they can't tell anybody. They've gone through this 101 times. And the experience with their friends is different. This music is very beautiful as well. But and what I mean by that is like if you like from the friend's perspective, Seafreen took a nap and woke up and was like this. But Seafreen has been going through this lonely, painful, arduous, horrible, horrific journey. And it's not fair. Seafreen has gone through 100 different, basically like, deaths. 100 different loops. While those characters that we're in the world with now only know that he took a nap and woke back up. That's all they know. You could see the concern in all these characters' faces. Odile wanted to help. Mirabelle wanted to help. Bonnie's a kid. Bonnie wasn't, Bonnie can't, fully compartmentalize all these feelings. Isabeau knew there was something wrong as well. And like I said, I use that Linkin Park song to say it. It's instigating fights. It's attacking people. It's confirming the bad thoughts you had about your own personality, even though that might not be true, but in your own head, it's confirmed now. You know what I mean? It's confirming all the bad thoughts you had about this world. Loop isn't here to save me. Loop, you're just as bad. Curse you, Loop. We don't even know what happened afterwards because they're like, I don't care. I'm just leaving. Curse you. Isabeau is just always like not doing anything to help. We know this isn't true. Odile's always like acting better than us and always acting like and the way they talk about Odile's family and talking about Mirabelle with the change stuff and talking about the freaking Bonnie stuff with not talking about the stuff, but again, bringing up the trauma that Bonnie has that they know that they have. But again, they're not thinking of it that way. They're thinking, how can I get to point A to point B faster? Because they think no matter what, the script stays the same mostly. But they're learning now as well that the script doesn't stay the same. In their heart of hearts, they're thinking, I have to kill the king, even though even Loop's like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's what has to happen here. But from Seafreen's perspective, that's the goal. Guys, that's going to do for this episode here. Very hard thing to get through, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video in whatever way you could. I'll see you guys for the next episode of In Stars and Time. That will be coming... This one's Friday, so it'll be Sunday. So I'll see you Sunday for the next episode of In Stars and Time. And I want to say thank you so much to Typhar2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Links Marky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, Hikespire, and Jared Bean. I'm at the highest tier of my YouTube world. Give me 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye.